Boomer coming to you live from the Middle Ford Tough Studio. Boomer Esiason, Greg Giannotti. It's Boomer and Gio on the Fan. Simulcast across the country on CBS Sports Network and wherever you are on the free Odyssey app. Good Tuesday morning. The 6-game stretch is upon us for the New York Mets. Will they make the playoffs? Will they miss the playoffs? Will we be talking about this season forever if they miss it? And that's what it would be. It would be a reference point. It would be one of these things that we would never forget. We would talk about it like 2007. We would talk about it like the 2006 game when, you know, obviously you had Carlos Beltran sitting there staring at pitches after the Endy Chavez catch. We'd be talking about it like 2008 when they collapsed again and closed Shea State. We'd be just talking about it forever if they don't make the playoffs. And even if they make the playoffs and end up losing quickly, we'll still be talking about this season being a huge disappointment. Had a Monday night game last night. A lot of offense again. The Baltimore Ravens got to figure out their defense, and door is open, at least for today, for Jaxson Dart to start against the Chargers, as Brian Daboll did not say anything yesterday. I'm assuming we'll find out later today what he's thinking about Russell Wilson, Jaxson Dart, who is going to start this week. Good morning, Boomer. How are you?
Yeah, good morning, G. My guess is that it's going to be Jaxson Dart in some way, shape, or form, without question that he's going to be on the field. It's probably going to be as the starter. That's what I think. That's what I took out of yesterday's press conference. And I kind of feel like it's coming. I feel like they have no choice. And, you know, you never know what's being said inside that building over there and what's coming down from ownership. And it's not just the coach's call. It's basically an organizational call as to whether or not the kid can handle it. And I think, you know, Giant fans are at their wits' end. They can't take another poor showing from the offense. At least if you got a kid out there and he's running around and he's making plays, then I would say, you know, that's what the fans want. They want to see something. You know, Darius Slayton gave an interview yesterday to the New York Post, and he's right. You know, you want guys to sit and wait, and you don't want to force the issue if you don't have to. And then he, of course, pointed to Patrick Mahomes as being maybe the greatest quarterback of all time. And all of that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's just that CBS Sports, they were cut to Eddie for no reason, and I was just laughing. And if you look, you'll see it over here probably on the monitor to come back, and it's just like all of a sudden, you know, you're talking, and then bang, there's Eddie Scazzeri on the screen. So it made me laugh. So I got distracted there. There was no reason for me to laugh in the middle of what you were saying, other than see right there.
Is. Yeah,
see,
boom,
there
bang.
it is. And I couldn't. It's just Eddie.
I don't know why.
I don't know why
Somebody hit
either.
the wrong switch.
Yeah, and then I just got distracted. So I wasn't laughing at what you were saying. It was a very serious football take that I wanted to take seriously, but then that threw me off. So.
Okay, so anyway, Darius Slayton basically came out and said, look, you know, the greatest of all time, meaning Patrick Mahomes, that's all over said and done with. You know, he waited a year. He played the last game, you know. But the difference is that they had Alex Smith, and they were winning, and they were going to the playoffs. So there was no pressure to play the young man, and nobody had the expectations, you know, for him, other than internally they had the expectations for sure. But there are serious expectations here just simply because of what has been going on with the Giants for the last 10 years. And so you have to take all of that into account. There's so many parts to all of this, and then whether or not this kid can handle it. So I kind of think they're going to go that way. That's my sense. That's my feeling. I could be wrong, but I do think that the time has come, whether they want it to be now or they don't want it to be now. Maybe they thought maybe New Orleans would have been a better place, or, you know, maybe in week 6 or week 7. I don't know, but I just feel like the pressure is building and they got to do something over there. And I would think internally, there's a lot of talk about the business side of things, how annoyed the fans are. And I hate saying this because I know how hard it is to do what they're all doing, but they have become somewhat of a laughingstock in the NFL.
Oh, yeah.
Let's face it. I mean, it's both them and the Jets have become these franchises that are woebegone and lost and have been. And it's unfortunate because whether it be Brian Daboll, Pat Shurmur, Ben, what the hell was his name? McAdoo, Joe Judge, guys that have success other places and had success in other places, just like Brian Daboll. You know, they all get chewed up in a wood chipper here, and it just becomes untenable. And decisions like this sometimes are made for the wrong reasons. And in this case, It's to ignite a franchise in some way, shape, or form. There's a lot of pressure on this kid if he ends up getting the job. But, he seems like he's got a little bit of, red ass in him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know, and that's
seems like it.
Right, I agree with that. I mean, he just – now, I haven't seen him play at all. I didn't love the pick when it happened, but there's no doubt about it that he looks more the part than Sam Darnold, Daniel Jones, or Zach Wilson did before they played a game. And that's something I'm confident in. That's not a recency bias thing. He just has that look about him, that confidence about him that those guys, when they first showed up here, looked like they were totally overwhelmed and didn't know what to do. He may look like that when he gets thrown in the game, but when he's walking to the stadium and he's hanging out on the sidelines, he looks like he has that red ass in him, and he looks like he's someone who has a little bit of moxie.
You know what? He's a little bit older, I think, right? I mean, so he's also... got that ice around his neck and everything.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the kid's ready. I mean, it seems like his personality is such that he could probably handle it. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised they go down that road. I think they're going to go down that road. I think there's going to be, again, more internal discussion. And you got to, if you watch the tape back and you see the interceptions that Russell Wilson throws, number one in at the end of the Dallas game where Malik Neighbors ended up taking ownership of that. I don't know why, but then these two interceptions that he throws, and then you have that one just absolutely abysmal, tight red zone situation where they run 4 plays and they can't score a touchdown. There's no answers for it, and I don't think Russell can give you a good answer for it. And I just felt like he was either rushed or was forcing the issue, and almost had a third interception too, by the way, late in the game. So. Those types of things, he's not supposed to be doing that.
Yeah, I mean, and that's probably what's going to lead to him getting benched here sooner than later. Now, the only thing that can make this season better for the Giants is if Jaxson Dart comes in, plays well, and gives the fan base hope, and ownership and the coaching staff and all the players in the locker room hope. The only way this season gets worse is if he comes in and is terrible, they keep losing games, then people say, well, our future is effed as well as our present. So there's no turning back when he is in the game. That's it. Once you start him, that is it. Brian Daboll and the Giants have played their last card to get the franchise back to something that is relevant, back with a positive feel around these fans that are so diehard and been with this team for so many years. But if he comes out and stinks, I mean, it's an even worse situation.
Yeah, I know that, and that's really.
But they got no choice.
It's kind of the rub here, right? Isn't it? I mean, what do you? They
don't have much of a choice at this point,
right? If the kid doesn't work out, then I don't know. I don't know what you're going to do.
But they got to play him.
We will be here to discuss it all and break it all down. Now, you also opened up with the Mets. This August and September for the Mets has been just absolutely horrific. 18-29 through August and September, 7-12 in the month of September. They have basically fallen off the face of the earth. The second half, they're 25-34. I mean, they are just absolutely abysmal. And, their road record, believe it or not, is 31-44. Just to highlight some of the problems that they've had.
Yeah, I actually got numbers for you, too. I saw this morning. So they play the Marlins, obviously, the last 3 games of the season.
Yeah.
The Marlins, since they were 16 games under 500, their low water mark was June 11th. They have gone 51-39 since then.
It's been amazing.
So I was like, I wonder what the Mets are since June 11th, since the Marlins are 51-39. The Mets are 37-52 since June 11th. That is awful.
Yes.
I mean, and that's June. So you're talking the rest of June, all of July, all of August. And as we sit here on September 23rd, 37-52 they have played that many games, 15 games under 500.
Right.
Horrible.
And we keep hearing the adjusted payroll total is $341 million paid to players.
Mm-hmm.
When you take into account the tax that goes along with that, they're upwards of $400 million.
Yeah, it's close, right?
And I'm telling you right now, I don't care what anybody says, because of where we are, it's 2025, the amount of money that is spent on these teams nowadays, and that goes for all sports. This will be, if they don't make it, they don't get into the playoffs, they don't get to the world, let's say the National League Championship Series. This will be the biggest financial disaster in the history of professional sports in this country.
All right. Now, when you say financial disaster, they had more fans at the games than they've had. I mean, are they losing a lot of money? Now, I understand you want to say it's the biggest disappointment relative to the payroll,
yes,
but I mean...
Yes.
Okay,
I'm not talking about how many fans showed up, because the fans did show up, and the fans did spend money, and the fans did come and support, and the Mets blew their final 2 home games to a team that's going nowhere.
Yep.
A team that, I mean, you talk about on-field follies. The Washington Nationals have been like a disaster. And they don't even have an interim manager, for God's sake.
Yeah. We know how embarrassing that was. Yeah, I mean it will be, especially when you're talking about 6 teams. 6, the wild card expanding the way that it has. Having the fact that you can get in when you're close to 500 now, and still being this bad for that long over the course of a season. When last year you make it to the NLCS and then you add Juan Soto, who statistically has one of his best years ever. I mean, it really, if Steve Cohen isn't just mortified by this, then I don't think that I understand his personality at all. He's got to be just absolutely just, nuts right now with his having a conniption fit over this.
And by the way, it's not just the amount of money that he has spent on this franchise, on the roster. Think about how much money he has spent behind the scenes. I'm sure these players are probably taken care of better than most teams, if not all teams.
I mean,
I'm sure the amount of people that in the front office that he pays.
I mean, David Stearns has been to Japan like 4 times scouting on private jets this year.
Well, I mean,
that's a chunk of change right there too.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, you're right. I mean, all the money that's put into the minor league system and in the Dominican and in the pitching lab and all of these things. I mean, that's just the payroll right there. So yeah, you're right. I mean,
there is no question to me if they don't make it. I mean, as far as a overall financial disaster, I don't know. I'm sure they're losing money, and I'm sure he's writing it off, which is fine. But the amount of money that he has spent for what he is getting, I mean, it is. I mean, it's horrendous. And thankfully, there are 3 young pitchers that actually breathed some life, or brought some life to this team here at the end of the season. But this is, now you got to go up to Chicago, and then you got to go to Miami. And I don't it's going to take 5 out of 6. I mean, to jump the Reds.
Yeah,
I mean, the Giants lost last night. I mean, they're another game back, but
I mean, the Cubs just lost 4 straight to the Reds. I mean, are they going to lose another 3 to the Mets? I mean, they still have that top home field advantage with the Padres to figure out as well, because that's only a 3-game difference between the 2 of them. I guess 2.5, but 3 in the loss. So I mean, at this point, I would be so much more surprised if they figured it out and got in than if they didn't. I mean, I am mentally prepared for this to be what it is and them being out of the postseason. I mean, to watch them just fold and play those 2 games the way they did against the Nationals over the weekend on Saturday and Sunday, just any faith, any hope was evaporated at that point.
It's amazing that the Yankees, like in this August-September run and the second half, are like the complete opposite of the Mets. The complete opposite.
Yeah.
Mets go 11-17 in August. Yankees go 16-12. Mets go 7-12 in September. Yankees go 12-7. Mets go 25-34 in the second half. The Yankees go 35-25.
Yeah.
Is that ridiculous or what?
Yeah, I mean, but that. Is that not what these 2 organizations have been for essentially our entire lives? One figures it out, and the other one figures out a way to lose.
I mean, it is. Again, I'm assuming heads are going to roll if this thing just peters out here.
Right, but I mean, does that mean just Carlos Mendoza? To me, it has to be a full blown roster douching. That's what it has to be. I mean, and Alonso's not coming back. McNeil can't come back. Nimmo can't come back. Some of these pitchers now that you signed that you're locked into, like frickin' Sean Manaea and Kodai Senga, I don't even know what to do with those guys. Nobody's going to want either one of those guys. I mean, Kodai Senga's basically saying, I can't. I don't have the ability to pitch at the major league level right now. I mean, this guy's one of the weirdest Mets we've ever had. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's hurt. He's not hurt. He's not ready. He's ready. He doesn't feel right. His mechanics. I don't know what the hell's going on. Go out there and pitch, for God's sakes. I mean, I don't understand. So they got a long way. I mean, maybe Mendoza gets fired. You know, David Stearns isn't getting fired. He's here. So I don't know what it's actually going to look like. But it's got to be the players. It can't just be ancillary things, pitching coach, hitting coach, manager. It's got to be the core. It's got to be the players that have to go. So, yeah, I mean, still an opportunity, but, I mean, it's I have not run into, other than Tommy Lugauer does his positive Tommy bit, I have not run into a single Met fan that thinks that this team is going to make it.
I mean,
not one.
It's going to be a telltale sign the way they finish the season, these 6 games now. I mean, it's amazing.
Are they gutless? What
right,
are they?
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, if they go like 2-4, 3-3, I mean, anything less than 5-1, I think is unacceptable. I mean, I don't know, and I think if they are less than 5-1, they're not going to make it.
And I don't care what their records are right now. They're playing 2 teams that are better than them. Like the Cubs, we know, are better. The Marlins are also better than the Mets. They've been better than the Mets for 3.5 months.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
I have $400 million that tells you otherwise. I mean, because the money reflects the players.
No. What do you mean tells me otherwise than the Marlins? The Marlins are a better team than the Mets.
No, I know that. I'm telling you that the amount of money that the Mets are spending on these players tells me that they think that they're all pretty damn good at what they do.
Yeah.
And there are a couple guys that have like Juan Soto's had a good year statistically. I mean, that's the amazing thing about the individual statistics within a sport. And does it really truly tell the story?
No. You got to go beyond the numbers.
You got to go beyond the numbers, Biggs. You know that.
Boomer and Gio on the Fan and CBS Sports Network.